1st July means start of a new financial year in Australia. And as the new financial year starts, usually there are plenty of updates that affect international students directly. So in this video, we are going to discuss some key changes that are going to impact international students that are coming into effect from 1st of July 2022. So without wasting any time, let's go straight to the topic. So we'll talk about the student visa fee first. As every July, there is an increase in the student visa fees, and this year is no different. So last year it was 630 Australian dollars to apply for your student visa. But now it has been increased and it will be $650 for any new applications from 1st of July 2022. So any new visa applications will cost extra $20. Now the second major news is in regards to the minimum wage increase. So the minimum wage in Australia from 1st of July has been increased by 5.2%. So the new minimum wage is $21.38 per hour, which will be roughly around $40 extra per week if you are working full time. And as most of the international students usually work on these minimum wage rates, it is such a positive news for all the international students. Now the third major update is in regards to increase in superannuation guarantee. So for those people who don't know, superannuation is like a retirement fund, and your employer have to pay you a certain fixed amount of superannuation on top of your salary or wages depending upon how many hours you worked. So that percentage is now increasing. It is increasing from 10% to 10.5%, which effectively means you will have more funds in your superannuation account. Clearly another positive news for international students. And another major change in regards to superannuation guarantee is that superannuation guarantee will be for everyone now. Now some of you might be wondering, what does that mean by everyone? So in the past there was a condition that if you earn less than $450 in a month, your employers don't need to pay you superannuation. But that condition is now scrapped. So basically everyone will receive these superannuation payments regardless of how many hours they have worked or how much money they earned during the month. There's only one exception, that if you are under 18 and you work less than 30 hours, then you're not entitled to superannuation. Now the next major change is in regards to the replacement temporary graduate visas. Now as some of you are already aware that some international students who had these temporary graduate visas got stuck overseas because of the COVID-19 pandemic border closures in Australia. So students who had this temporary graduate visa and got stuck overseas will be able to apply for a replacement temporary graduate visa from 1st of July 2022. And with this new replacement visas, students will be able to get the same amount of stay as per the original temporary graduate visa. Now the government is definitely doing the right thing by giving these temporary graduate visas additional time to stay in Australia, because obviously it wasn't their fault that they got stuck overseas because of these COVID-19 border closures. So let's move to the next major update, which is about the pathway to PR for temporary skills shortage visas. So temporary skills shortage visa holders, which is subclass 482, will have access to a new pathway for getting Australian permanent residency. So this is a new pathway to PR for these temporary skills shortage visa holders, who will be able to apply for this pathway through TRT, which is Temporary Resident Transition Stream of the subclass 186 of Employed Nominated Scheme. In really short and easy way to understand, these temporary visa holders who had this subclass 482 and lived in Australia for at least 1 year between 1st of February 2020 and 14 December 2021 will now have a new pathway to get PR under the Employer Nomination Scheme. Please note that this pathway will be only available for the next 2 years. So the people who are keen to apply for this visa, they need to make sure that they apply within these 2 years. But another positive news in regards to the people who helped Australia during COVID-19 pandemic. Now before moving to the last update, if you are finding any value in this video, please make sure to share it with your friends. It really helps us to reach more people. Now moving on to the last update. So the last update is in regards to changing your courses in Australia. Obviously it was a big news when it came in few months back that from 1st of July students won't be able to change their courses unless they get an approval from the Minister of Immigration. Now there will be certain type of courses that you won't be allowed to change without getting Minister's approval, and the reason given behind it is the security issues for Australia. And most of these courses that you can't change will be research based courses where you will be required to do some research work. Now, if you want to know more about what sort of courses you can change and can't change, what sort of conditions are there, I highly recommend you to watch one of our previous videos where we have covered this topic in quite a lot of details, and I'm pretty sure you'll find this information useful. And before we end the video, here is a quick update on your working hours as well. So we get asked this question quite often: has the work hours been changed? Because there is a temporary relaxation for international students to work as many hours as they want. And we have just checked the Department of Home Affairs website on 1st of July as well, but there is no such change to the working hours for international students. So you can still continue to work unlimited amount of hours until further notice. Now we are nearly reaching at the end of this video. Before we end, I would really appreciate if you can leave a comment about what you think about all these major updates that we have covered in this video. And if you want to get any updates regarding these news, please make sure to follow us on Instagram as well. We've got a very active community over there, and we usually post our major news updates first on that platform. And if you want to join us, we got a private Facebook group as well, and we would love to welcome you in that group as well. All these links will be available in the description, so make sure to check them out before going. And as always, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.